Hi guys, Amber here. Welcome back to In Conversation with ATF. Now, for my regular viewers, you've probably noticed I'm wearing a different pair of headphones. Well, reason being, they lasted a good 4 years. My cat headphones broke. I have some new ones on the way, so I'm keeping those. I'm not throwing them out. Gosh, I would never throw them out for as long as I live. But anyway, we're not here to talk about cat headphones. We're here to talk about the latest guest on my show. Now, my guest is the voice of Minerva Mink in Animaniacs, Zatanna and Lily from the episode Eternal Youth, in Batman the Animated Series, Lisa in A Goofy Movie. She's also had roles in cartoons such as The Addams Family, Tiny Toon Adventures, Aladdin, Quack Pack, and also live action shows such as Newhart, The Jeffersons, Happy Days, and Clueless. And she was also a writer for the film Camp Rock, and also a star in it as well, which is really cool, which is a really interesting fact that I found out. My guest is Julie Brown. Welcome.
Hello. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
Good. I love your cat headphones. I didn't know they existed, and now I want to get some.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you a little funny story.
Okay.
So you know who Andrea Romano is? Well, of course,
Yes.
everyone knows.
She's a genius.
Yeah. Well, Batman the Animated Series, she pretty much carried the whole show on its shoulders, along with everyone else. Right. I did a video chat with her through GalaxyCon a few months back, and I wore those cat headphones. And then she emailed me saying she's ordered a pair of cat headphones from herself, and she sent me a picture of her wearing these cat headphones.
That's fantastic. See, I'm gonna get some. I'm gonna search for them online and get some.
Oh my gosh. I have inspired
you, right? Yes, you influenced me.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, bless. Okay, so we started the recording again. It's because I just wanted to show Julie a few things, and also just like giving a little bit of browsing of cat headphones on Amazon, because I just love cat headphones. I mean, I've inspired people to buy them, so they're doing their job. They're doing their job, even though I'm not wearing them.
They should give you a free pair.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know who makes them. There's so many different manufacturers who do them, so it's hard to tell who makes official pairs and who doesn't, or the best pair. Well, I mean, there is no best pair. They're all the best pair of cat headphones. So whilst I wait for my little Amazon package to come, because I ordered it through Prime, so it'll be here tomorrow. I'd like to obviously start with the obvious questions everyone likes to ask during an interview. How did your career come to be?
Well, I mean, it's actually kind of a hard question to answer because, I started acting in junior high school. You know where junior high is, right?
Yeah, I believe
Yeah,
so.
that age, and I was always, even as a child, I was always like doing little shows, and I didn't think I could do that for real until, because in high school I did some plays and I wrote the music for them, and my parents were like, "Oh, well, you can't be an actor." So I'm like, "Okay." And then I thought I was going to do something else. Like, I was an anthropology major in college and I hated it. So I went right back to the theater department. So I just kept doing that. But then I went to acting school in San Francisco, and Lily Tomlin saw my act, and she gave me, she said, if you want to, write to me when you come to LA. So I did, and then she put me in Incredible Shrinking Woman. So maybe that's the official beginning, because I got my SAG card because of that. So yeah.
Wow. And the Lily Tomlin, Miss
Lily
Frizzle from Magic School Bus, for those of you who don't know.
She's amazing. I mean, she was like, the reason she was at my show, she was like my comedy hero when I was growing up. And I heard she was in town in San Francisco when I was in acting school and doing my act, right, in nightclubs. And I called her, which I'm like, I can't believe I had the nerve to do that, but I did. And she came down and she was really sweet. So I got lucky in some ways, but I was also, brave at a specific time, that I can't always do that, but I was right then. Yeah. So I guess that's the beginning.
Yeah. Well, that sounds really cool though. Like, it's like you got a head start, and you were endorsed already by one of the comedy greats, probably, if not the greatest female comedian in America.
I know, she's a genius. So, and she's just really nice too, which is I mean, you don't know if people are going to be nice, famous people. They're all so different. Some are wonderful and some are like so weird.
Oh
Um,
yeah, I've
yeah,
had my
but
fair
she's
share.
really great.
Yeah, I've had my fair share of those people. I've had some
Yeah,
who are really nice and
exactly.
some who aren't nice.
Yeah, and you don't know. It doesn't match their work at all.
Oh, of course
No,
not.
no. So it's weird. So that was the beginning.
That's really cool. Wow. So I want to take it a little bit into the future. Of
Okay.
course, I've got to bring up Batman the Animated Series because it's one of my favorite shows at the moment. And of course, you played the character of Zatanna,
Uh-huh.
the magician in the. Of course, it's called Zatanna the episode. So of course, because it's an Andrea Romano show, you recorded together with the whole cast. I believe it. Am I right?
Yeah. I mean it's weird because when you go in, you're not there for very long, especially with Andrea. Like she goes very fast.
Does
So
she?
yeah, very fast. Like you go in and everyone's sitting at music stands and you go through the script and you read your part, right? And
Yeah.
she'll stop after a line she wants differently and she'll go, okay, be more forceful on that one. And then once you do it, then she'll move on to the next lines.
Mhm.
So the weird thing is in the shortest amount of time, you have done the whole script,
Mm.
and you don't have to memorize any lines because you're reading it off, the script on a music stand. So that everyone was there, but you don't really get to there's not really time to talk or like space to talk because you're recording. So I wished I don't know the animated people as well as I would like to. Whenever I've had a chance to talk to them, they're wonderful. They're so sweet. I went to Sketchfest in San Francisco, like I think that was like 5 or 6 years ago, and Tress McNeil was there, and yeah, she was on the bus with me, and I talked to her, and she was because she's one of the Animaniacs.
Yeah, she's Dot.
Yeah, Dot. And I had a chance to actually talk to her because we weren't in the middle of doing things. So
Yeah.
she was great. And the funny thing about the animated people, the people that do animated voices, that when they're just like hanging out, they kind of do voices all the time, like all the time.
Oh yeah. Just
It's kind of like, oh my God, like it's like being in a room of kids, kind of, but really talented kids. So it's super interesting and fun. And like Animaniacs was so crazy to do because it's just like all these voices are coming from all over, because they experiment, they just try stuff. So it's great.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wonderful to hear. Back to the subject of Batman real quick. Of
Right.
course, excuse me. You worked with two of my favorite people, Kevin Conroy and Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. I met Kevin earlier this year. He came to a Comic Con in Telford when I was there. That was also where I met Will
Oh,
Friedle. So
I bet
he's
he's mobbed at Comic Con.
his line was really long.
Yeah.
I didn't get to actually see him at his table. I only saw him for the photo op because by the time I got to his
Oh,
table after the photo op and I'd done everything else, he had actually left the con 3 hours early because he was actually tired.
yeah.
Like the
They're
jet lag and stuff.
exhausting. They're
Yeah, so
exhausting because like just meeting so many people and talking with them, and it just makes you tired. It's a lot of
yeah,
energy.
yeah.
Um,
I
but
wish I
he's
did
so
meet him.
popular. What?
I wish I did meet him earlier though,
I
because now I'm
know.
on my Batman fast. I hope he comes back over because I'm like, I will be first in line. I will be there. I'll be giving, and I had art for him as well. I didn't get to give to him. And Will was
Oh,
saying to her the photo, we should see her art. It's really good. So then later, Will gave it to Kevin for me. I don't know,
oh yeah.
I don't know what he thinks of it, but I hope he likes it.
Oh, he probably does, and I'm sure he'll be back. I mean, he has so many fans that I don't know that he would stop doing things like that.
Oh no, of course not.
No, he
No.
was not going to stop.
Well, I mean, he's cancelled a few appearances in the last few months. That he's apparently his personal issues. He cancelled like a little GalaxyCon meet and greet. He's cancelled a few Comic Cons, including
Okay.
like a reunion for Batman, which also had Lauren Lester, John Glover, and Diane Pershing, and Adrian Barbeau. So
Oh, right, right.
yeah,
Well,
and
maybe, it's like your life still goes on, but like
yeah,
he's going to be the voice of Batman forever now. So he's got to like try to
yeah,
work it into his real life to make
yeah.
appearances, right?
Yeah, and then Paul Williams, the Penguin, was meant to be there, but he had work in New York City.
Oh,
Do you know Paul?
I don't. I don't
Oh,
know.
the
No,
way
I
you
just
were
am
saying
like
it.
amazed at him because, like, when I was, he's a singer,
Yeah.
and I remember, I think being in high school or junior high, and I loved him. He was so great, but I've never gotten to meet him.
Oh, but he was on Batman the Animated Series, just like
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
know it probably looks like you get to meet everybody, but you don't.
Well, same with me. There are some people from Batman that I would like to interview, but I haven't managed. I think Adrian's the only one who I've managed to actually talk to. Everyone else has unfortunately
Oh,
been too busy, or I just haven't
oh,
got around to organising an interview. But
right, right.
Paul is a maybe because I probably have something.
Who's a maybe?
Paul,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
be
I
on my
bet he'll
show.
do it.
So like,
I bet he'll do it. Why not?
it would be an honor. It would be an
Yeah.
honor, and it's also an honor for you to be here, Julie. Of
Thank
course.
you so much.
You're welcome, indeed. So that was really fun. Do you remember working with Ephraim Zimbalist Jr.
You
on the
know,
episode
I
Zatanna?
think that was one of those things that I don't think we were there in the studio at the same time, which does happen because of people's schedule. Because they can not, they can record at a different time. So I didn't get to meet him. Sorry.
It's
I
okay.
know.
Don't
I know.
apologize.
I would have liked to.
Oh, well, me too. Me too. To be fair,
Yeah.
seems really lovely. You know, I see all these people, and I just wish like I worked with them, but of course,
I
like
know. I do too.
born in the wrong era, born in the wrong country. You know.
Right. And you can also like be in something and there's another person you really like in it
Mhm.
and you don't work at the same time. So
Yeah.
you don't meet them maybe at a premiere or something,
Well,
but
you're in the same episode together, so you technically not.
I know, I know. Well, if you know what, if I ever run into him, I'm gonna say that to him. So he won't be weirded out by me. I'll go, we're in the same Batman episode, so
Yeah.
you have to talk to me. That's what
Oh,
I'll say.
Julie, I don't know how to break it to you, but Ephraim's not with us anymore.
Oh my God. Oh, I feel so
It's
terrible.
okay. You didn't know. He passed away about in 2014.
How did I miss that? Oh my God, that makes me feel so
It's
bad. Like,
okay. It's okay.
okay,
Trust me. I knew someone who didn't know Michael Jackson had died up until a few months ago. I was
okay,
like,
that's really bad. That's really
I was
bad.
like, how could you not? How could you not? I remember coming
Yeah,
downstairs at 9 p.m. 5-year-old me on the news.
I,
Michael Jackson has died.
I
Like,
know. I mean, how could you miss that? But I feel bad about Efren Zimbalist Jr.
it's
because he was
okay. Don't feel bad. We
okay.
all. It's not the first time I've done that. It's
Yeah,
other people have done that. Surely, don't
yeah.
feel
It's
bad.
not the first time I've done it either, but I still feel like a little guilty.
I
Like,
remember when Kevin tweeted about his death. The last thing he
oh,
said on the tweet was "Goodbye, Alfred." I was
oh,
like,
that's pretty sweet.
I
That's
was like, oh man. He lived to 95 though, which is a really good age.
95.
95, yeah.
Yeah, that you almost can't feel bad about that.
Yeah.
It's like the Queen, right? I mean, the Queen lived
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah. Wow.
Amazing, right? Are people really sad about the Queen?
A lot of people are sad. A lot on, well, it's not like they're not sad, but it just doesn't affect them in any way. Like with me, I
Yeah,
didn't cry or anything. It was sad, but
yeah,
like,
right.
it didn't really affect me in a way, but it was very sad
Yeah,
because obviously I
yeah.
grew up and she was
She's been
like
around our whole life.
over 50 years. Yeah. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course. Yeah.
yeah.
So there is that. On to a happier subject. Animaniacs. You were Minerva Mink, weren't you? Yes.
Yes, I was
Um,
Minerva Mink in about, I think, 8 episodes. Um, and it's funny because when I came in to do it, they didn't know what they wanted.
mhm.
So I tried some different
And that was
voices.
Andrea as well, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes, yes. And so I tried like a Marilyn Monroe voice, and she goes, "Oh, do that." So
Yeah.
then the thing is, okay, here's the thing. The combination of that and the way they drew that character, they decided she was too sexy. So
Bit
they
like Hello
started,
Nurse then.
yes, yes. And then they go, okay, then they had me come in again and they drawn her a little less sexy. So I did it. And then finally I did, oh God, I can't even remember. It was an Animaniacs hour-and-a-half version. It was a special. I think it was
Wacko's Wish.
yes, yes, yes. Wacko's Wish. It's hard to remember all the names of the shows. And that was like the last time I think I did it. And I was really sad about it because it's a really fun character. She did really funny things, but they just decided it was too, because the show's essentially for kids
Mhm.
and they made it too sexy. So it's not even my fault.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
Can you still do her voice?
Yes, I can. Hi, of course I can. Hi.
Oh, wow. Oh my, because I've just looked up behind the voice actors and there's no voice samples. So hearing it from the voice actress herself, it's more surreal.
Yeah, I bet. I bet it is. It's super weird.
People watching, you've probably just made them really happy.
Well, you know what I get? I get so much fan art from as that character. I mean,
Really?
so much. I should publish a book on it. Like one guy has done over 1,000 illustrations and he sends them to me. But there's so many more, like so many of that character.
Uh-huh.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
But
That's
I think it's because she's sexy, I mean they draw her boobs really huge a lot of times. I don't know. I don't know. But I should publish them because some of them are so wonderful. They just put her in different situations, and I've never had that where like people send you fan art.
yeah. Yeah.
So I love,
I've
I
had a
wish
few
I'd
fan
bring
art,
her,
you know.
what?
I've had a few instances of fan art, but they've been of like myself. I haven't really
Oh,
had any original characters that I've
good character,
voiced.
yeah. I wish they'd bring Minerva back, and like whatever they had to do to make it work. But they're gonna do what they're gonna do.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, have you seen the reboot?
No, because I thought I didn't watch it, not because I don't love Animaniacs, because I thought it might make me sad that I wasn't in it. So I haven't watched it, which happens. Sometimes you go, I don't wanna look
Yeah,
at it.
that's understandable. For
Yeah,
me, I can't get HBO Max over here, so unfortunately, I've had to yo ho ho pirate.
oh,
Whoops. Don't arrest me, guys. But I've only watched 2 episodes. I can't get past the third episode. It doesn't have the feel of the
oh,
original
really?
series. Yeah,
Oh, see, that almost makes me happy to hear that.
I know. I mean, they didn't get Tom Ruger for it. They
Yeah,
didn't ask
yeah,
him to come back. I know that obviously they brought back Rob, Maurice, Jess, and Tress,
right,
and
right.
Frank. But
They would have to bring them back.
yeah, but seeing all these new voice actors come in, like taking over the reins who weren't in the original series, it's
Off-putting.
it's odd. Like not
Yeah.
in a bad way, but it's just
No,
you're so used to
yeah,
seeing
you're
Sherry Stoner, Bernadette
right,
Peters, Nathan Ruger.
right.
Um,
Yeah, your brain isn't like doesn't want to incorporate that voice,
yeah,
right? So I understand.
yeah.
I'm kind of happy to hear it's not as good.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't watching it because, well, Tom isn't involved. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
it wasn't Tom's decision. Warner Brothers didn't approach him to
yeah,
be a
it's
part
there.
of it.
That's what happened to me. I mean, I thought, will they ask me to do it again? But it's their decision
Well, she
artistically.
hasn't appeared in it, so luckily you've not been recast.
Yes, you're right. Luckily, I haven't been recast.
Yeah,
That
let's hope it
that would
stays that
be
way.
more painful.
Yeah, let's hope it stays that way because no one else should be playing her apart from you.
I know. And maybe they'll bring her back. You never know. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, we'll have to see.
Someday. I
Yeah,
know.
season 3 maybe. We
Yeah,
haven't had a teaser
maybe.
trailer yet, but you know, waiting on a miracle at the moment.
Mhm.
So, of course, you've done many other things as well. Of course, you're an actress. I mean, I had an actor say this to me. Um, he would prefer. I'm obviously not going to name this actor, but he would prefer to be named an actor. He doesn't like it when people call him a voice actor because
Oh,
he like prefers to be recognized for his on-camera work. So
right, right.
now I'm trying to say actor, actress instead of just voice actor or voice actress or however they want to be introduced. So
Right.
of course, do you like being labeled as a voice actress, an actress,
You know
or
what?
both?
Almost nobody calls me a voice actress because so much of what I did was before I did these voices.
Mhm.
Like I had my own show on MTV and on Fox in the 80s and the
Mhm.
early 90s, and then I did most of these voices in the 90s. So people know me as an actress and comedian. So it's funny because no one just goes, they don't introduce me as a voice actress. So I don't, I honestly don't care. Even if you did introduce me like that, I'd be like, okay, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It doesn't mean, it doesn't, it doesn't make me feel bad.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I asked because I would prefer to introduce people with however they feel comfortable.
Right, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Of course, you've done a Goofy movie as well. Of course, I'm going back to that Telford Comic Con where I met Kevin Conroy and Bill Farmer and Jason Marsden are going to be there this December.
Really?
Yep, Goofy and
Great.
Max. Yeah, so I'm going to meet them. And yeah, it's going to be really fun. So what was it like really doing all of these other things like as I said, Goofy movie, and then of course you did the Addams Family cartoon, you did Tiny Toon Adventures, Aladdin, Quack Pack and
Um,
many others.
okay. Here's the thing about it. Like I told you, it goes so fast.
Yeah.
I wished I had like taken in the situation more than I did. Because like when I did the Goofy movie, I think I was 8 months pregnant. So I went down to Disney and it was really hot and I'm like, oh my God. And then I had to go in and do it. So I just remember I was trying to do a good job and get through it. I don't remember much else about it, right? Because I think it took me maybe an hour, maybe if that long. So it's hard. I know it's disappointing, but like you are really treated kind of as an actor, like do your part. There's not a lot of talking and hanging out. They're just like people go home when they're done. So
Yeah.
it's less glamorous than it probably seems because the animators put it together and make it look so amazing, and when you're doing your part, one of the hardest things is that you're having to convey everything with your voice, right? Like
Yeah.
every single aspect. So you're concentrating so hard on making that whatever you're trying to say come out in just this one with this one thing available to you. Like you can't use your hand, you can't use anything else, right?
Yeah.
So always feel like I end up sweating. It takes so much energy to go, I need to get this just right the way I have it in my head. So it's physically, it sounds so stupid because you're not doing anything, but it's much harder than you would think, you
Yeah.
know? Because it's like I made all these albums in the 80s and they were funny songs and I was like, why is this so hard? It's because you concentrate like as if you're taking a midterm,
Mhm.
because you go, I only have one way to make this conveyable.
Mhm.
So it's not just like, oh, whatever, I'll just do it. Um, I, so that the Goofy movie it was fun, but um, the Quack Pack. Well, you know what's weird is which character did I do in the Quack Pack?
I'll just have to look that up because I think it said
Yeah.
some like additional voices or something, and I just kind of just listed it down. Quack. I think it doesn't really say no.
Is that the dinosaur? The purple dinosaur?
Uh, yeah,
Nelly?
Nelly the dragon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, I do remember that. Okay. That was really fun because I went in and it's like they show you the drawings. They always do show you the drawings.
Hmm.
And I look at the drawing, I'm like, that's really cute. And then they go, we want you to do like a Valley Girl. I'm like, okay, a Valley Girl as a dragon. All right. So I did do that. And it's like, I love that cartoon. I had forgotten that it's called Quack Pack because I remember the name of the episode. That's what I was thinking of it. And I was like, why don't they bring that character back? But they bring back what they want. There's not
Yeah.
really that much explanation or rhyme or reason to it.
Yeah.
Um,
Leader of the Quack. That's what it's called.
yes, leader of the
Yes.
quack, and it's this purple dinosaur, and she talks like a valley girl, and that was a blast. I thought, okay, this is going to be a character, but it wasn't. So it's really fun, and you just put everything I do. I don't know how other people experience it, but I put everything I have into it. Because
Yeah.
I can't do it without really concentrating like that.
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I know people can. Like, I was in this show called Spirit, this cartoon called Spirit, which is
Yeah.
an Amblin. It's and I was playing like this crazy person who runs a camp.
Yeah.
I was like standing up and I'm just concentrating so hard. And the two girls that were playing the leads, they were like on their phones, sitting down, going, I don't know if I should do that. And they were being very like No, they weren't using any energy. I know I'm just busting them, but like they didn't seem to have to go through that to do the voices that they were doing. But like
Yeah.
I have to stand up, I mean, sometimes I'll sit down, but mostly I have to stand up because it's like you just have to summon everything. I do.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, with me, I'm a voice actress myself, and I have done a few
Oh,
roles.
okay.
So I'm more dedicated. So I will like put my heart and soul into a role, whether
Right?
it's for an audition or whether it's an actual character.
Yeah.
I've done a theme park ride.
Oh,
Um,
how fun.
yeah, I'm currently working on that, so I'm looking forward to it being unveiled to the public next year. I think it is. I
That's
can't see anything else.
awesome.
I'm locked under my first ever NDA.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's what I mean. I don't understand how they can do it without doing that. But everybody works differently, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, we all work in our own special ways. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah. The final topic I'd really like to cover is your on-camera work. Of course,
Oh,
you've done Clueless, the TV series. You've done Happy
right.
Days, Jeffersons, Camp Rock. So what was it? So what do you prefer acting on camera or do you prefer voice acting?
I think I think if I had to pick, like if you had to pick, like that's what you're going to do, I would say on camera because you have everything available to you. You have like a physicalization, you have a costume, you have everything. Whereas, the voice, like it's so concentrated. Even though I absolutely love voice acting, I would say if I had to pick, it would be on camera
Good
because of that.
choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a really good choice.
And all those projects were so fun.
Oh, that's so cool. Cause
Yeah.
yeah, cause Camp Rock, you worked with who Demi Lovato and Joe
Right.
Jonas.
Yeah, all the Jonas Brothers.
What?
Um,
Oh wow.
yeah, and I wrote that movie.
Yeah, yeah, you wrote it as
And
well.
yeah, and so I played a camp counselor in that, and I didn't know who these people. They weren't anyone that I knew at this point, right? I'd never heard of any of them. And we go to Canada. We're like deep in the woods of Canada shooting, and I was so surprised how talented they were. Because I didn't know about them, especially Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato she was only 15, I think,
Yeah,
and she was so good, especially when she was singing. I mean, talk about using every fiber of her being. She would
yeah.
just concentrate. And she would even do a thing where, like, when she was practicing a scene where she was supposed to get emotional, just rehearsing, she would cry. And I'm like, you don't have to cry when, you're just rehearsing. But I think she commits to everything so much. And at the very end of the shoot, she got her guitar and she went on stage and she sang "This Is Me," accompanied to herself with the guitar to the whole crew. And it was so moving. And I'm like, this girl's going to be a huge star. Like you just knew it, right?
Yeah.
There's something about her. So it was fun. It was really fun to write something, get it made, and have it be successful. And to have these amazing people in it. The Jonas Brothers are really good. They're really good. And they're
Yeah.
so sweet too. Like you think they might not be, but they are very sweet.
Yeah, and they've got a little brother as well. I can't what's his
Ah,
name? I think
Frankie,
Frankie, yeah.
I wrote a pilot for him.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. It didn't go, but I did write it, so I got to know him. And I took my son with me to film Camp Rock, and he was older than Frankie, but he and Frankie were like playing video games together. He's
Oh
adult.
wow.
He's adult. Doesn't he have a show now with? I
I
think he has a
think
show with one of the with Kevin,
I think
like
so.
some show. Yeah,
Yeah, because there's Joe, there's Nick, there's Kevin, and
Frankie.
Frankie. Yeah, I'm pretty. Oh, Kevin wasn't the Jonas. I keep thinking like there was another Jonas brother that I was forgetting about.
There's
I was
three.
like, what's his name? Like, I don't know. It was a J, so it could be like I don't know, like Jerry or Josh. That's you know.
They have their parents with them. I don't think they still do, but at that time, their parents traveled with them, and their parents were really nice, like amazingly sweet people.
Ah,
Well, this is a really good family. Like they're, watching out for their sons and stuff.
yeah, of course. Wow, that's such a really sweet story to end it up on. Wow.
Well, thank you. I mean, I do have to go, but this was super fun.
That's perfect time because I was just about to do the little outro that I
Oh,
usually do. And we've also got 2 minutes left of the meantime, so it's usually restricted to 40 minutes. So that's perfect timing.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it was really fun.
Yeah, Julie, thank you so much for coming on my podcast. It was really great to talk to you today. Where can we find you on the internet?
Well, I'm at juliebrown.com, and on YouTube, I think it's Julie Brown TV, or if you just write my name in YouTube, there's a lot of my videos up, from music, from songs I did, stuff I made. I'm gonna make more stuff this week even and put it on YouTube. So
Ooh, interesting.
it's like you got to keep making things, I think.
Yeah, of course. Well, I'll definitely subscribe to you. I already follow you on Twitter, so we're already connected on there. But with that, I'll sign off here. So thank you guys at home for watching this interview with the wonderful Julie Brown. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share with your friends. And I'll see you in another video. Bye, and cut.